In this video, we are going to learn how to calculate the volume of a rectangular prism. Let us consider a rectangular prism. Now, let the length of this rectangular prism be L, let the width be W, and let the height be H. What does that mean? That means that the length of this edge of the rectangular prism is L, the length of this edge of the rectangular prism is W, and the length of this edge of the rectangular prism is H. Now what we want to determine is the volume of this rectangular prism. That is, we want to know the amount of space which is occupied by this rectangular prism. And what is the formula for that? The volume is given by the length times the width times the height. What does that mean? That means that the volume is equal to L times W times H. Now let us have a look at a few practice problems to see how we can use this formula. Let us find the volume of the given rectangular prisms. Now have a look at this first rectangular prism. We can see that the length is 5 inches. The width of the rectangular prism is 2 inches. And the height of the rectangular prism is 3 inches. So using these values, we can determine the volume of the rectangular prism. That is the length times the width times the height. So the length is 5, the width is 2, and the height is 3. So we end up with 5 times 2 times 3, that's 30. And since the edges are all given in inches, the volume will be in inches cubed. So this is the required volume, 30 cubic inches. Now let us have a look at the next rectangular prism. Now here we can see that the length of this rectangular prism is 1 foot. The width is 3 feet, and the height is 4 feet. So let us determine the volume. Now the volume will be equal to the length times the width times the height. So the length is 1, the width is 3, and the height is 4. So we end up with 1 times 3 times 4, that is equal to 12. And since the edges are all given in feet, the unit for the volume will be feet cubed. So the volume is 12 cubic feet. Let us have a look at the next rectangular prism. Here we can see that the length of the rectangular prism is 8 centimeters. The width can be seen to be 2 centimeters, and the height is 2 centimeters. So let us determine the volume. Now the volume will be equal to the length times the width times the height. So we end up with 8 times 2 times 2. And 8 times 2 times 2 is equal to 32. And since the edges are all given in centimeters, the unit for the volume will be centimeters cubed. So the volume of this rectangular prism will be 32 cubic centimeters. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. See you next time!